Welcome to the first episode of Who Podcast This Is. Your host ShinFolk, got Jody Tha Great.
What's going on, everybody? Jody Tha Great here. Old school league player, veteran since Tekken 5. I'm here today sharing my opinions on League 2. Mostly Season 2. I wouldn't say too much Season 2, just League. But I kind of feel what's going on with Season 2.
First up in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My name is FootSlapBlack. I've been playing Tekken 3. Been long since that game, and I will be sharing my opinions on Season 2 throughout, just kind of how the way he works and what I feel may or may not need to change to help the game through long.
Let's discuss the outrage, which I want to call it. I think it's fake outrage about Season 2. But like I said, for the past week or how long Season 1 been out? It was April.
About a week.
Right?
April 1st.
Season 2?
Not even a full week.
Not even a full week. Yeah.
Yeah,
6
not even a
days.
full week.
And there's so many people that's like bashing. Listening. They're going back and playing old Tekken games. And these are like influencers. People need to understand that people don't understand that they're influencers too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're giving their opinions out there. It's cool. Like you entitled to your own opinion, but you gotta understand you got a platform. And your platform and how big your platform is, you're literally influencing people that don't got their own way of thinking, which is fine. Cause I ain't saying it's not okay to be a sheep. Some people need to follow. To be a follower, it's okay to be a follower. I'm not saying it's okay. Even the great leaders are followers. But other than that, they're not holding their own opinion. Now, I think it's out of control now. Because now we got people that's giving their input. And I think I'm finna bring it up. I believe you're going to disagree with me on this. You got people like Maximilian is jumping in on the hate train on Tekken 8 Season 2. When I know for a fact he don't play the game like that. You know what I'm saying? So if he's giving a negative impact on Tekken, what you think it's gonna do? They're gonna make a bigger crowd stop liking the game. People are literally. I got messages right now saying people they didn't want to end the WPTI because they don't like Season 2. You know what I'm saying? You got stuff like that, and they're very good players. And what they think they're mad at don't even affect them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got the Paul and the Jack glitch. That's fine. It's gonna get fixed. But Season 2 as a whole, I've been watching it. It's still just Tekken. It's not like a whole like a junk fest. It's still Tekken. We're still playing Tekken. So you got people with these followers are causing so much noise. You got people like Harada and Michael Murray blocking people and responding on Twitter. That's how bad it is. No one has never did this. We seen Mortal Kombat even fucking be Mortal Kombat was on a merge of like going away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and no people wasn't acting like this. Now you got the face of Tekken, Harada, and you got his right hand man, Michael Murray, responding to all this crap on Twitter, and they don't know that people on Twitter love chaos. My problem is these people don't even play fucking Tekken. That's making all this damn noise. I watched the podcast yesterday. They would really inspire me to do this shit because I'm getting tired of all this negativity. Big shout out to Mike Hollow. I think he's doing a great job what he's doing. He had King J on there, and it was other 3 people on there. I think they're pretty well known. But they started the podcast saying, so what are the big, the what's wrong with Season 2, like straight negative. One guy gonna say, I've been playing Tekken all my life, and I see this Paul thing and the Death Fist, and I don't know what's up, but I don't like Season 2. Like, he really didn't give no kind of real explanation why he don't like Season 2. And this all I've been reading on Twitter. I don't believe no one has a real explanation. They just going off the next person's, like, whatever they feel, they feel. Because I asked them, what's wrong with it? I can never get a clear answer. Because me, I'm real like I examine a lot of shit. I used to complain a lot in Tekken 7. I don't complain at all in this damn game, really. I think this game is really okay. We see a lot of different characters in top 8. Diversity, people got chances. So far, I love it, man. I'm going to pass to you, though, Joe.
Right on. Yeah, so when I looked at Lee's sheet for patch notes, some of it I was excited for, some of it, like, I was wondering what they did to it. So, everybody was like, Super Kuma and a few others like, Lee's been nerfed. I'm like, the game ain't even out yet. This is during like when they released the patch notes. He just read everything and just said they took everything. Like, you know what a patch does, right? A balance patch. You should be familiar with this for years of fighting it. They're gonna give you some buffs. They may take a few things away just to change for the better for the character in season 2. Characters won't play the same each season. They always gonna take some things out and give you a lot of buffs. That's been like that for years. So I'm like, okay. So when I read it was like, change properties on down 4-2 where it don't crush highs. Down 2 supposedly don't crush highs. It still do, but I think in a more negative way, if you're this negative, it no longer crushes it. So if you pass like -5 or so, because me and Black and Proud, we went over this. Because I was still able to use down 2 to crush highs when I'm like at -3 or -2. But with down 4-2, I couldn't do none of that at all. So apparently 4-4-4 is supposed to be nerfed, but it still works good. So I was like, all right, cool. So when I saw Wild Standing 2-3 went to a tailspin, I'm like, oh, this is new. So they made a launcher now. So, I freestyled a few combos. Okay, this takes more than Wild Standing 2-3 to 4-4-3. And I also had an option where I can use heat. Because in my head, I never want to use heat right away when I do Wild Standing 2-3. I just want to save heat. And I feel like in season 1, you are forced to use heat. Because when I wasn't using it, everybody was like, why Jody's not using heat when he do Wild Standing 2-3? So now I have an option, which I like. All right. So continuing. So Blazing Kick, notation change. I always wonder why. But then the other day, me and Travis, originally known as LTrav2K, or some people know him as Damn, he showed me some shit, and I was surprised, like, oh, this is a big change. I need to educate myself more on Blazing Kick now. Because I can use Blazing Kick for my back 4 combos and my 4-4 combos. And it takes more damage. And I can do Blazing Kick out of crouching, which is scary. So imagine me doing Heat Engager plus 17, and I just do a Blazing Kick while I'm crouching. I know it's risky, it's launch punishable, but that'd be a surprise move. And I can also mix where Blazing Kick is now my tailspin in combos, as long as I do it right. So I was like, all right, these some big changes right here. I see more damage on the move, on the combos I do, and on the setups. Like, okay, did my new heat moves. I was like, okay. One of them 0, which is my original rage drive, but I get a free follow-up if it hits. But the other new move, which tracks all around, +8, +6 on block, hitman, +8. I'm like, all right, we get more frame advantages. I can work with that. I'm getting more frames versus getting more negative frames. That's what I'm used to through the years of Lee. We will have more negative frames than plus frames. Lee is now getting more plus frames. So I'm looking at the positivity on that. So +3 on Silvertail on hit now instead of -3. I'm looking at all these changes. Down for 3-2-3 is now back to -14, and it's treated like lost back 1-1-2 now. Yeah, even as a heat engager it launches. Because they changed all the heat engagers, so back 3+4 is no longer heat. My power crush. So they made it my down for 3-2-3, down for 4-4 still the same as heat engager, 4-4 still the same. Now I got Hitman 1-1-1.
You get the same interaction out of back 1-2 from law. You same
Yeah.
behavior?
So like how law, you know how y'all get back 1-1-2 on counter hit, right?
1-2-2, yeah.
Yeah, Lee now does that with down 4-3-2-3. That never happened. Whole string of that is a launcher.
That's good. That's a buff. Yeah, that's a buff.
See, and back in 7, only way you get that launcher off is out of that 3-2-3 was the 2 hits you on counter hit, then the 3 launches you. So now it's the whole string as a launcher. Yes.
Right. I got you.
So you gotta look at that now.
So now you get that full heat engager instead of the launch. I got you.
Correct.
That's good.
And 4-4-2, which I've been dying for the longest.
So Jody,
please buff that move.
Jody, as a whole, you don't think season 2 is as bad as people think it is?
As a whole, I can't speak on it because I didn't look at the character.
Minus the Paul and Jack thing. Do you think season 2, not your character, I'm saying like it's playing, when you're playing Tekken, are you like disgusted when you playing? Or you just got used to it?
No, only thing that bothers me mostly, it feels like the gameplay is a tiny bit sluggish and a lot of eat up inputs gotten worse.
Okay. I believe those are just bugs that they're gonna be fixed in the next patch. Because
there have been many moments.
I noticed the bugs that the eat up inputs. It's not just me that noticed it. And like I said, mainly trying to focus on like people like harassing, like Phoenix said, harassing.
I think
Mori and Harada.
Maximilian dude and shit like.
Real quick though, Jody, in chat, listen real quick. Jody, we was playing Tekken. What did they give us Tekken 6? Nothing.
Ray?
Nothing. No, talking about updates, patches.
Updates?
Packages. Updates.
See, back then it was like this.
Oh, nothing, right?
Nothing. It was back then. It was like 6.0.
Tattoo.
It was all in arcades.
No. So console. What we get?
Nothing.
Nothing. Tattoo. What we get? Nothing.
Maybe 1 or 2 updates.
That update was just to patch out.
Fix Ogre. Yeah, Ogre's Infinite.
Nothing again, right? No new.
Pretty much nothing.
Nothing.
It was nothing new.
7.
It was nothing new. Yeah.
Tekken 7 came out. They finally started doing the little season little stuff, right?
Right.
Just characters though, right? I'm pretty sure if they keep on abusing attacking the maker of the game, do you think he won't go back to giving you shit?
What you mean? Like Tekken 7 shit?
Used to come out and that was it. The release product. And you had to carry that bitch for 8 years.
Correct.
Yeah, he didn't change shit. You're right. Yeah.
So I'm trying. The reason I'm mad at these new people attacking the creator of the game that he's responding makes me sick, because he don't know that he's responding to people, and this, I don't mean nothing about this, but they do not really put their blood, sweat, and tears in this game. They're just people on Twitter, and they don't know that. Michael Murray do not know that. They don't know they're responding to people that's just, they want the chaos. Because, like I said, it's not that deep. They're not fighting Joe Crush. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine being one of them. Like, what are you complaining about? You gotta think about it. If you just a regular casual blue rank, what the hell are you complaining about?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, okay, so Max, I know you mentioned Max earlier.
Okay,
Max,
I want you to talk about
like,
that, because I want to hear this.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Yeah. So look, Max is a new player, right? So he's pretty much representing the new player base that they're trying to attract, right? Because he came from 2D fighting games, okay? So he's trying to learn Tekken fundamentally from ground up, coming into this game, and no fault to him. Like he's doing this. A lot of people like Max, like who coming into Tekken 8 brand new. They never played the game before, and they trying to like figure out like, okay, how can I kills into this game with 3 dimensions? Can I sidestep this? Can I sidestep that? Can I punish this? Can I punish that? Okay, so for them, it's kind of like it's the target audience in a way because they honestly Harada and all these new. All of this is for new players. It's not for us legacy players because they know that we're gonna be here no matter what. We're gonna be here. We're gonna play the game. Whatever the fuck. All of this new heat shit, all this other shit is for newer players, bro. Mm-hmm. And so like those like people who coming in like Max is not somebody who don't know what he's doing because he plays fighting games.
Yes, he's very decent. My problem is him inputting on the chaos.
But he can though. He kind of can.
How?
The only reason why he can.
Hold on, you breaking up. You're breaking up a little bit. Go back. You breaking up.
Hold on. No, I said the only reason why he can, the only reason why Max can, is because he's literally the audience that Harada is going for with Tekken 8. He's literally the new people that they're trying to bring into Tekken, who've never played Tekken before, right? They've never picked up Tekken. They've always seen it. It's always been kind of daunting to them because you're like, wait, what? I got 100 fucking moves versus just like 16, even at the most 10 moves that I got to worry about and 2D fighters. Because that's where Max came from. Max came from Street Fighter, King of Fighters. Like all these games were like at the most moves that most people have is like 10 at the most. So Tekken, when you got like literally 100 different moves, it's different. And literally the way that all these patches and this Tekken 8 in general is created around getting people. So Max's input is valid because he's literally the new person's perspective on Tekken. Because he's that new person that Harada wants to get that's over there playing Street Fighter and King of Fighters. Literally. He's that demographic.
Yeah.
Because that's that little group of people that's gonna be like, okay, this is easy. Let me jump in now. You know what I'm saying? So like I get what you're saying. I get what I'm saying. I get what you're saying, but I get what you because it's not because Max is not the example, but there are people who are not in Tekken, literally don't play Tekken, who are commenting on it. And I get what you say. I know that's what you're talking about. It's not Max. Like Max is literally like trying to like learn. He's trying to get into it.
Yeah, very big symbol, and I understand but like I said, that's where the confusion comes in. He's thinking he's talking for the right people, when he's not. Does that make sense? So it's like he's looking at all the negative feedback, but all that negative feedback is literally coming from people who don't even really touch Tekken. You know what I'm saying?
He's not speaking for everybody. He's not speaking for everybody though. Yeah, he's speaking for him and his own experience.
No, but he spoke on it, and I didn't like it because I know this season is not bad. Like me being a Tekken, a diehard Tekken player, this season's not bad. They updated the game. We got a couple of bugs they got to fix. That's normal. That's normal in any patch. That's
the same thing I see right now. Like fixed a few bugs now, and like rank is really hard. Like really hard. It's sweaty because everybody's not GOD.
The way it's supposed to be.
Rank. So there's gonna be some people that we haven't played before that made up in the ranks. And it's gonna be challenging. Like that's the only thing I see from that. So far, that and the bugs. What's up?
My bad. Does the mic sound bad?
No, you Gucci. What's good? Six. Welcome in, bro.
That's
the word.
Go ahead, though. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. What I was about to say is like, so far the slandering on Michael Murray and Harada, like I think that's just childish, stupid. Because the thing is, they told the community a long time ago they don't work on the game. They have a team. So that don't mean telling Harada go F yourself and Murray them head or threaten their lives or say something stupid about their life. That's uncalled for. Be grown about it. Just state your opinion like, hey, I know you guys don't work on this game, but ABCD doesn't act very well in this game. I'm gonna do the TA report, but they tell us that all the time. Like if there's something wrong, hashtag TA report. That's all you gotta do. You see something funny, clip it, TA report. Write your body paragraph. That's all you gotta do.
Thank you. That's all
We've been doing that since T7. You did T7 underscore report. And they look at it. They tell you in all these Tekken talks, do the hashtag report. We want your feedback. We're listening to you. Not everything's gonna be done within 2 days. Patches take a while. Patches take money. If you know a friend, if you know a friend that did gaming business, they will tell you the same thing. I got a homeboy that run Impact Gaming Center. He go by the gamer named Karasa. He worked on Kill Instant back then on one of the characters. And he will tell you that takes time. These companies, they can't just make a patch and boom. They got to get approvals. It comes with a lot of money involved. So asking for a patch right away is crazy. That's why they told you within 2 weeks. Who's got to go through approval. They got to make sure they know what they're doing. Everybody gonna make mistakes in making a game. That's just what it is. Can't nobody perfect it.
Jody, they don't gotta give us shit.
They can be like, "This is the game. I don't care. Screw it."
They don't have to give Anna. They don't have to give none of that shit. I've lived through that shit. They released Tekken. That's it. Whoever's on that fucking game, that's what you fucking got. That's it. So
that's it.
I admire all this shit, man. I admire all this, the new changes. Even if this shit kind of cheap on some characters, I like it. I like, oh, that's cool. Like Fang having a fucking extension of back 4. You know what I'm saying? Fang never had a fucking extension of back 4. He got one now. I say, you know what? That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Because I learned this through the Destiny community. Everything costs time, and like these are hard workers that's doing their best to make sure we get the game we want, and even better in the future. So like, just clowning them doesn't make anything better.
Thank you. Cause think about it, Jody, G, if you're making a product and you see like 75% of the community making fun of you, what you gonna do with your rich ass?
Part of me be like,
keep laughing to the bank. We're gonna laugh all the way to the bank.
Say it again.
We're gonna laugh all the way to the bank. I'm gonna laugh all
right. Laugh all the way to the fucking bank, man. Fuck y'all.
All the way to there. You're right. I swear to God, I'm not gonna care.
Fuck y'all. Right. Y'all can have that little glitch ass shit y'all bought from me. Y'all can have it. You know what? Fuck a hot fix. I'm gonna leave it exactly how it is. Jack,
I swear to God.
Slapping your ass all day. Paul, Wild Rising 4 your ass all day. And I'm finna quit. I made my money. I sold 3 million copies.
You're right. The game developers are absolutely, because they already made their money. We literally already like. Hold on. I got you. But I'm saying like they already made their money. They already got what they needed out of us, so they don't really have to do anything after they sold the product.
No.
Right.
So like the fact that Harada and them are doing what they're doing is definitely a good thing, but it's just like common decency, right? Otherwise they'd be assholes, and we would never buy another Bandai Namco product ever again. So they know that they have to do it.
Still bought this shit.
I mean, right? But I'm saying, but if they would have just fucked us and kissed us after that,
if they say kiss, hold on, listen, Foot. If they say kiss our ass right now, we still buying Tekken 9.
You're right. You're right. And that's a sad thing. That's a sad thing. That's a sad thing.
You know what's funny?
That's a sad thing.
No.
We still
this was funny. This was funny.
We're still finna buy Tekken 9. You dead ass. You're right.
This tweet right here.
Right.
Harada is responding to people, bro. This is one of many. They are really stressed out right now.
Right.
In any case,
but you know what's funny though,
to me
for real?
that the result is a disconnect between what the community wants and the tuning results. That's crazy. So they are looking at what the community wants. They reading through the slander of what you want. That's fucked up in my opinion.
But also, let me piggyback on that. You hear me? Like, even this game was done, they did all this complaining. I bet you money people will still go to tournaments for it. It will still be a 500-man tournament at
absolutely. Because guess what?
That's how I started.
That's broken shit in the game.
People that's complaining don't go to tournaments and don't compete. They literally play casually. But Twitter is a place where you could just cause any type of chaos. If you really look at it, there is no real competitor other than I think Arsenal might have said some shit like that. But it's very few real competitors that's complaining.
I'm objection that. I'm objection that on the week. It was huge. Max, look, I'm saying I'm an objection because Max is a huge influence on literally the casual person.
No.
He's not trying to go. He's not trying to go to a tournament though.
No.
That's the only reason why I said that. That's the only reason why I said that.
Okay,
he's not going to a tournament.
The reason why I said that, I think Max, he's not in tune on how toxic Twitter is from casual.
Well, yeah, no. You don't think Max?
No.
Like, come on.
I honestly don't think he knows how toxic Twitter is.
Man, I don't know. I think he might know.
Your mic keep cutting out, Kinfolk.
Damn, bro, I hate this shit. Look, I got a new one on the way, y'all. But look, only reason why I say this is because Max is literally the newer player. He's literally the player that they want to bring in. They want to bring in these 2D gamers who play in the game who never heard of Tekken before. Like, heard of, but they've kind of been scared to play it, right? They've been scared to kind of get into it because it's got all these crazy fucking, all these like you got like 100 fucking moves to memorize. Max is representing that newer player base because, like I said, he's that guy. He's that Street Fighter player that Harada wants to like entice to bring into Tekken. And that's why Tekken is designed the way it is. Think about it, bro. We haven't had to deal with like range arts ever before up until like Tekken 7. And that was because Street Fighter and shit had it in there. It's like Harada and them have been trying to get Street Fighter players for the longest. So that's what I'm saying, like they bringing them in, but they kind of warn them off with season 2 because there's less that this newer player has to adapt to that's interesting. Because at the end of the day, there's less interesting player interaction because of the dumbed down aspect of the way that some of these moves work now. And that's not everybody. I'm not saying every character, but I'm saying like some characters, it's almost like you're not playing the character. You're not playing the player anymore. You're playing the character. And so it's like, it's less fun because you know, okay, this character is about to do X, Y, and Z because why not? Because they're going to do it. Like, it's fucking plus, it's safe. Like, they're going to do this shit. And so, like, you don't get that fun aspect out of the game anymore that these players who may have come from, like, Street Fighter or anything else are going to get because it's like it's more accessible to everybody to do this shit now. The same thing with Law. Law has more easier like inputs now, where he can just kind of go into shit. All he has to do is like while I was in 4, and he can like buffer shit. So it's less of a guess and more of a like, okay, now I just got to jab him out or launch him out of DSS anytime now. No. My shit gonna be faster, so it's taking out the fun aspect The only reason why I keep bringing up Max is because that player
I don't think
that
he's
wants
enough
to be good at Tekken.
Okay, with that, and you gotta agree with me. Season 2 only been out for 5 days. I don't think Max played 2 hours of Tekken.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
No, I know.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know. So I don't want to. I don't want to say. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah. I know
that
Max played
motherfucker be
plenty of
lying when
season
that
1.
motherfucker stream.
I watch him stream a lot.
Yo,
I'm talking about straight as a Tekken player. I don't think that was too early. This was 2 days ago. For he hadn't played an hour of Tekken to get that type of comment. He, like I said, he's speaking for what he see on Twitter, and he do not know that what he see on Twitter is not the initial Tekken players.
But that's the thing. He's a newer player, though. He's a newer player.
When I look on Twitter, I'm looking at these people. You not a Tekken player. You not. I'm looking at what the fuck. Like, you don't play Tekken. You don't play.
But that don't invalidate what he's saying, though. That don't invalidate.
People like piggybacking off negativity, bro. I'm gonna find.
No, I get that.
I'm gonna find an example of.
I don't think Max is doing that. Only reason why I say I don't think, because I think Max really wants to play Tekken. The only reason why I'm saying this is I think
he'll have a lot of fucking fun. He's a large player. He'll have a lot of fucking fun playing Tekken if people's minds was different. People tripping.
Right.
I don't see the season 2. I thought this stuff was great. It is great. Season 2 is great. Hold on, wait.
For some characters, Hold
on. G, I'll let you go. One more thing.
Yo.
When y'all first played Tekken 8, myself, was I not confused as fuck? Tell the truth. Was you not good? Was you confused?
What was the question?
Foot.
You said what?
Was you confused when you first played Tekken 8?
No, not at all.
What the hell? When you first played Tekken 8, did you know that the heat smash when you had to extend your combo when the combo?
Okay.
Hold on.
No, I didn't know that. No.
Okay, thank you, because y'all gonna try to lie to me. Jody, what about you?
When I first played Tekken 8?
When you first played Tekken 8, was you not confused? Like,
I was. I had a question.
I was.
Thank you. Season 2
Tekken 8 was made me cool.
G6, was you not confused when you played Season 2?
I mean, even when the game started, but yeah, both of them.
I was very confused. I didn't know when they still on their ass. I didn't know when I had to extend my combo. I didn't know how the heat smash worked. Pause. In the middle of the combo, I didn't know how. We didn't know how shit worked for a long time.
Right.
For a long time. Not just 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. We didn't know how none of that shit was working. We were just comboing and hoping that shit hit.
Yeah, especially during the closed beta days, because I'm like, all right, this is the route we go with Heat, and then after the beta days, they like we changed the route on Heat, and I'm like, oh, so this is where we. And then once I got my character, I was like, how should I play with Heat? You know, do I use it? Do I extend it for combos, or do I just activate it and then?
Yeah,
you know, make an ender with it.
Find the flow chart for it, and then we started playing. And what Season 2 is, I feel like this is actually a real Season 2, where people, I thought it was just me that said, I need some time. Once I heard all the real players saying I need some time, I knew I wasn't tripping. Go ahead, G.
Okay. I definitely want to piggyback off of like how people are forming their opinions as far as like social media goes. I feel like there's a lot of sheep. Like people who get an opinion or hear someone say something of who they like deem is like high within the community, and they forget to have their own thoughts to formulate their own opinion based off of what they see and how they choose to enjoy the game. We all don't get on Tekken for the same thing. There's casual enjoyers like, you know, Foot brought up Max. There's competitive enjoyers like, you know, Jody, me, Shin, and then there's even like content creators. Everybody's doing different things. So it becomes very disingenuous when people look at what someone else said, who could be trying to enjoy the game in a different way, and they're choosing to follow their opinion when they're not trying to enjoy the game the same way they are. Does that make sense?
Correct.
Yes.
Right. So then the next thing is you go on Twitter and there's people who have disingenuous views about Tekken. And it's hard from a developer standpoint to make a good game when everyone's being disingenuous. For example, someone who's playing competitive would be like, hey, my character's horrible. I need a bunch of buffs and no nerfs. That's very disingenuous from a developer standpoint because they're like, well, other people are saying they enjoy him. Some people are saying he's broken. How do I know if you're being genuine? Right? There's other people who are like, well, hey, this character is actually broken. He needs a bunch of nerfs. And they're like, okay, should we listen to you? How do we know if you're being genuine? The community for Tekken is so divided that the only time that they come together is when something is extremely bad. But even when something is extremely bad, nobody can say the same thing to make it genuine for a developer. Like, if I go to the developer and say, hey, Season 2 is bad, how is he going to fix the game if that's all that you say? You have to be willing to give them examples, and they all have to make sense from a genuine standpoint. But if you're just trying to criticize without trying to be a problem solver, they're not going to create a good game. That's the reason why Season 2 came out. Don't get me wrong. My point of view is that Season 2 was going to be a step in the right direction. I don't think it's great per se, but I do think that no one can ever complain about it because no one is giving, good criticism by being together as a community to help them create a better game. So when people go on Twitter and they have these opinions, they're looking at it like, okay, where were you guys when I was trying to make these good changes and no one said anything? Now I give you a product based on what I assume you guys like, and now everyone's bashing me for it. But I keep having open arms and open door policies for all of these different changes. But it's like no one's coming together to help me create this. And that's the biggest problem within this community. Because, like I said, you said Maximilian is a good example. He's a Tekken enjoyer, casual fighting game enjoyer maybe, not too sure. But from his standpoint, he's like, hey, I'm looking at this game. It looks fun, but I'm looking on Twitter and people are
There
having
you
a
go,
horrible
right
time
there.
based on this new Season 2. I haven't played the game as much as other people. I'm casually enjoying it. I play the story mode. I play Tekken Ball. Everything looks fine to me.
How long,
But
G?
I
Hold on,
don't
pause.
understand
Hold
what the issue is.
on, G, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna let you continue. Do you think, as a large player, which he is, and he know how to do combo stuff, do you think he would have made a negative comment if it wasn't for Twitter and he picked the Season 2 large and played? Do you think he
Of
would
course
have
not.
anything negative to say?
Never said anything.
Fuck
Not at
no.
all.
I put my life on that. If it wasn't for Twitter, that man would have made a whole YouTube video on how great Season 2 is and how great they made Laws. Because they did an outstanding job with Laws Season 2. All right, go ahead.
100%. And I just want to piggyback on like what someone said in the chat. And this is no offense. This is an open topic. We all have our own opinions, but you essentially would be a part of the problem. He said developers should fix the game, not ask us to teach them how to fix it. The problem is when you're making a fighting game, a long-lasting fighting game in a franchise, you have to listen to your community to keep being successful. You can't just keep spewing the same idea and expect everyone to just keep getting the same thing. When you care about your community, you're trying to be a great developer, and you want to sustain, you listen to your community, you try to fix the game, you partner with them, and then you make the best decision. That's a part of being a good developer and making a great game. So when they see a lot of the issues and they're asking us to help them, like Harada said himself, he made tweets about it, did he not? He was like, hey, when Tekken Tag 1 was out and all the games were out, I was waiting on all of these inputs and feedbacks and everything like that. No one was giving me anything, but you were just complaining about the things that weren't there. Help me make a better game. Clearly you see there's an issue with it. I want to help you guys enjoy the game. Why would you not choose to help me? Again, this is part of being disingenuous as a fan base. You have to come together, help them make a better game, because it will help you enjoy it more.
Exactly.
Especially
And
if
like
you're a long
what
Tekken fan.
Brutal Splinter said that the main man Sweet, which is a very high influencer, has a boycott of Tekken 8 right now. Right? That's huge on the fan base of Tekken. Why aren't you just trying? Why don't you use your influence to help the game if there's a problem? Cause me as a Tekken enjoyer, I only see the bugs. There's nothing wrong with this damn game. I played.
Yeah.
It's been out for 4 or 5 days. I played a good 2 days worth of playtime. I have no fucking issues. Like I said, even for like people like the main man, the negative impact literally sways their way of thinking.
Yes. And people also need to remember that when you're a developer for a game, you're not going to please everybody. Not sure if everybody's familiar with the saying, when you try to please everybody, you end up not pleasing anybody. So when they're trying to make all of these changes for the better, and pro players are like, hey, you need to change this from a pro level mindset, and the casual enjoyer's like, hey, I don't enjoy this. This is too difficult. They're trying to find a middle ground, or they're just trying to sway on one side instead of the other. Right now, you can clearly see they're swaying toward bringing in new players, which has been successful. I'm not sure if you guys really watch, and I mean like really watch and hear what they're saying when they're in these interviews. But in a previous interview for the Evo developers, they were bringing up how they saw literally over, 200 to 300 new players enter into the Master Cup tournament, which is in Japan, I believe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all having fun, smiling, and enjoying the game. These are things that they enjoy seeing, and they are succeeding in that. They wanted to bring in new players, more competitors. They see people smiling and enjoying the game. This is good for the community. Things like that, instead of listening to a pro player go, hey, make the game harder, so that way I can, keep the skill gap from new players getting good at the game and enjoying the game. Of course, they're going to sway the opposing way so they can bring in more players.
Yes.
Because then you think about, yes, I do care about my legacy players, but I also have to bring in essentially new clientele to increase my return of investment for all of this time and effort I put into this game. If they keep making the game for the same people without new people coming to enjoy it, I mean, there's only so many years in our lives that we can all be alive. You got to keep that in mind. Who's bringing in the new players? Is anyone
See,
thinking of that, considering that?
That's the thing. That's where Max comes in, though. Like those, that's exactly literally. That's where Max comes in.
Put the names out there, but like,
yeah,
instead of like, he really could have put more in. He could have invested more into it, because, like I said, what's out there right now is not true. It's blasphemy. Shout out to Stephen A, bro. It's blasphemy what is being said about season 2 right now.
But see, the thing is, it's harder for them.
Other than Joe Crush.
But the newer players are saying,
what did we see wrong?
Nothing. But I'm saying, like, it's harder for. Max is one of those entry level. It's harder for newer players to get into Tekken.
It's not, because you know why? Because newer players gonna play newer players at their respectable rank. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be mashing together.
Right, but that's the thing. But think that, okay, look, what you just said, they're gonna be mashing together.
Yes, they're gonna have fun mashing together too.
Even no matter who it is, what character, what I think we're missing is that it's less fun for some of these newer veteran players, because we want to get newer players in, right? Like,
now the veteran players don't got no problem. Like,
no. I know. Of other fighting games, like who don't play Tekken, who like Tekken, who might have like looked like and be like, ooh, that look interesting, but I don't know if I can play it because they got 100 different moves, or I don't know if I can play it because it just seems like it's too deep for me. Pause. like all of that shit. So like those players is who Harada want to get because he knows those going to be also long lasting players.
You know, he made it more casual, right?
He did, but the thing is, what it is like you got to think about it. You got casual players who literally never played a fighting game versus players who are playing other fighting games who want to try Tekken out, who've never tried Tekken, who's trying Tekken for the first time. It's a difference. It's literally like it's a difference between never played a fighting game, period, versus somebody who plays like 2D fighters, for example, King of Fighters, Street Fighter, or Mortal Kombat, who plays nothing exclusively but 2D fighters who never played a 3D fighter before, never even DOA, right? Yeah. But they want to try Tekken. They pulling up the Tekken.
I'm here as a G6 No 2, Jody No 2. That this the first Tekken someone could pick up and beat a top player.
Right. No, you're right. You're right, 100%. But the season 2, because of the tools, it's the same thing, but it's worse. It's the same thing, but it's worse.
No.
When I say worse,
listen, hold on. Walk and talk with me. Season 2 is more casual.
Right. Easier. It is. You're right. I agree with you. It is.
Okay.
It's more accessible. It's more accessible.
If someone go buy Tekken 8 right now, 5 months, they could give me a run for my money. Facts.
No, in 2 months. 2 months.
Okay.
They give me enough to get money. Okay. 2 months.
Let's use it. Walk with me, talk with me.
Yeah.
What are we talking about now? And
look, what I'm saying,
I'm okay. Look, I'm okay with that now. I'm
right.
In my fighting game little career, that I'm okay with that. Usually I'd be like, man, you gotta play for 2, 3, 4 years. Back in the day, Jody,
right.
You had to play for 2, 3 years.
3 years, nigga, minimum.
Bruh, it took me
to
years
beat me a match.
Minimum.
Type of time your hands to play that damn long. No.
It took some time for me to fight slips, man.
Let's change gears to that real quick. No, and you know what happened, FootSlap? What happened, Jody? The game died in 3-4 months. And we had to carry that fucking Tekken for 8 years with side tournaments. We had to go to a major in our Tekken game as a side tournament. We got all the big screens all over the venue, and we in a fucking corner playing Tekken because the game was too hard. So now the game is easier. You got the people that's complaining about the game now. It's the same people he made the game easy for. You can't win for losing. These are facts. I understand you had your thing, your opinion, and I respect your opinion. But even though my opinion as well, but I'm talking like straight facts because I seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Martin Luther King, I walked that shit.
And I speak on that too because like back then,
I walked that shit. I seen that shit. So I respect your opinion from like your stand.
I feel you.
Because that's how you see it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, hey, my boy, if you would have walked with me, and me and Jody, if you would have walked with us, bro, you wouldn't have said what you just said. But I respect your opinion, though.
Yeah, let me speak on that real quick. Like when it came to top 8 crowds at a big event, or were you on the big screen? Only time you ever heard chanting was that final round.
Final round. We had a specific tournament, Jody. We had a specific tournament, like an anime. Shout out to anime.
That
players,
was the home of Tekken.
Players. Like we had like one tournament that represented Tekken. Anything else, side tournament in the corner.
But all these other tournaments,
in the corner.
But yeah, all these other tournaments, we had a top 8. You don't hear no chanting. It's quiet. Even at Evo, it was quiet for T6. When Tag 2 came around, it was quiet for that top 8.
3-month game.
And I'm like hearing Big E. He coming around the crowd. Nobody a chant for Tekken 8. These some good ass matches. I kid you not, Big E. That's my boy. That's my big bro. He said that. Like there was no huge crowd hype. When Tekken 7 This is the beta. Changed all that because it had rage arts. But once at an Evo, people were rooting, getting hype. These are spectators, by the way, not the Tekken people. Spectators. Finally got hype at Tekken. They was like, that shit is dope. Rage arts, dope. Rage drive. No, they didn't even have rage drives yet. Then the very next year, when they started seeing more Tekken 7 events, people getting hyped. Spectators want to know who players are in the Tekken scene. Like, it was never none of that. Like, when I had somebody tell me, hey, yo, good shit in that Tekken 7 event, I'm like, oh, shit, thank you. You know, we wasn't used to that. It was just mostly, we just some motherfuckers that played the game and kept on walking.
Real quick, like, I think Perfectionist hit it right on the head. Yeah, I think he made it easy in the right ways. Well, you know, some things need kinks, but the pros and content creators is fault the way the game is being betrayed right now, and it is, and I really dislike it. I think it's some nasty work. But go ahead, man.
It is. It's nasty work. I think I agree. But I think at the end of the day, when we come from the newer players' perspective, which, like you said, because they influences, they gonna be the masses' overall opinion, right? And at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, and because Max is such a big influencer, he represents that crowd that they designing this game around.
He just one.
It's just the way it is.
It's more.
He is way more.
Like, we're talking like Phenom.
Right. It's plenty more other ones.
They say something in his ass, I think they need to respect their position a little bit more than that. Because first of all, this is your money maker.
Right. Well, this ain't one of his. Max is different. But like, it's
like, Max do whatever he wants.
Like Max can play whatever.
On a whole nother level. We're talking about Tekken players.
Right.
Tekken country.
Right, Tekken players. Right.
Talking bad about the game. I think that is so asinine. I think that's crazy.
It don't mean the Max is wrong because he don't play Tekken. Like it's because the thing is, okay, but you gotta think about his perspective. Because you gotta think about it. You can't really give that strong of opinion if you don't know. Right, no, I know what you're saying because he don't know. I get that, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm coming from a casual aspect.
Yeah,
Tekken.
You know me when I play Tekken, I love this is the most casual I've been in my life. FootSlap. I can sit down and have an open lobby. Boy, you couldn't pay me to play nobody. you could not even pay me to play people that wasn't trying to play in tournament level. I could literally sit down with anybody in the chat right now and we could play some games. I could have a smile on my face. That's how I know this the best Tekken. Any other Tekken, man, if we not talking about no money match, we ain't in no tournament, boy, you better even ask me to play no fucking casual. Even in my own city, FootSlap, how many times you play me at Tekken 7?
It was very little. Yeah, very little.
Times.
Very little.
People didn't even like me here because of that shit. My mind, it wasn't because I was an asshole. Tekken meant business. Like, it was no fun game. Tekken, this the funnest Tekken. I could have fun with y'all. Tekken back then, bro, that shit was business. That shit was no, let's smile together. Man. Fuck no. You'd be crazy to even tell me that shit was fun.
Man, Tekken 7 was really work, dog.
That shit was work. That shit was getting your fucking blazer and tie and suitcase and walk out the motherfucking door.
I barely made like a once a week casuals, mostly during that time.
G, you there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shift subjects real quick. Okay, so now we got like Harada and Michael Murray, as you can see right here. One of a popular streamer, Playstore. You know, she made comments on season 2, and you got people like, look at Michael Murray. Like, these are people that's working for the game. You know, back in the day, you couldn't even get in touch with some people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just play whatever game you playing. Soul Calibur, if it's Street Fighter. Like I said, what we said earlier, they made their money. They're not finna respond to y'all. Y'all bought their product. The fact that you got them paying attention to your comments and they're blocking you. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all think
Yeah.
about that, man? With these the people that the lead runners for the game that's blocking people talking bad about the product they put out, which taking out.
Definitely. I think it's them literally fighting back in a sense. Because again, what you want is you want a develop people always complain about developers not listening to the community, right? So when a developer is trying to humanize with you on like a personal level and try to, get down to earth with you,
Yes.
they're trying to do that as if they're playing the game with you, sitting right next to you. But you have to also understand that their position is to try and make a better game, and they're asking you guys for input. When you're just slamming them, that's not input. One of the biggest pet peeves for probably any developer, writer, or producer for a movie is when someone calls out a problem but cannot provide you with a solution. If you can name and notice 27 or a million problems but no solution, you're not a part of the solution, so why would I want to listen to you? Does that make sense? Because you're
Exactly.
only telling me what's wrong with my game. You're only telling me how much you hate it. I don't care for that. Tell me how to fix this. Let's partner together. Let's be on the same
Yes,
team.
you're telling me that you're sour because of season 2. You telling me that this game is trash, or you're not helping me.
Exactly. That doesn't mean anything. Exactly. All you're saying, everyone can say, oh, yeah, season 2 is bad, period. Okay. That doesn't help me. Next comment. Michael Murray's horrible. That doesn't help me. Next comment. I hate Harada. Okay. That doesn't help me. Next comment. Like, what does this do for me? I'm reading your guys' comments. No comment is saying, hey, Michael Murray, thank you guys for your guys' hard, time that you put in for season 2. Here's some bugs and fixes that I think would help this game and this season so far. Here's what I
Yes, God
noticed,
have
so
mercy.
and
Do
so
you
and
got to take
so and
people
so.
back to 4th grade?
Like, I don't understand, like,
4th
where's the house
fucking
party?
grade. These are grown people on Twitter talking like this, G. We learned that shit in 3rd, 4th grade. God damn it. Keep going.
Like, no one is, yeah, I'm saying no one is understanding that, again, these are humans too. They just happen to make video games that we happen to enjoy. So they're trying to, again, humanize, help me make a better game. If you're criticizing it, you're not helping me, it doesn't do anything. You move on to the next thing when he's starting blocking people because you're not trying to be a part of the solution. If you have a history of being a part of a problem and not a part of a solution, that's only deemed as toxicity. We all agree that social media can be a bit of a cesspool at times with a bunch of people who
Yes.
follow opinions instead of, making up their own and being their own person. If I keep reading the same thing from the same person, I'm realizing that you're not trying to help me. I don't want to see your comments anymore. I want to move on to the next person who's going to help me. If I see
Right.
Gohan's comment that says, hey, this right here from Steve is broken, this is probably not the best thing to do because of so and so and so and so. Here's the solution behind it, compared to seeing a comment from, this isn't real, by the way, I'm just using an example. But for example, Stacks right under the comment going, I hate y'all, put in Bob for season 2. Like, that's not going to help him. You know what I mean?
Right.
For real.
Yeah, let's get my input on it.
No, that's good input, man. For
Yeah,
real.
that was an excellent input. Like,
That's the way I
they're
was
not
thinking the whole
helping.
time.
They're not helping at all.
Like, make a clear understanding what you're addressing to. Don't just say, quit making a shit game and fix season 2. Like, that's not going to help us at all. Like, you're just complaining and crying and whining and shit. Like,
Constructive
make
criticism.
clear, make a clear understanding to them. Like, hey, I know you guys don't work on the game, and I love season 2, but I think some few errors need to be adjusted, and just have that list ready. Kane is an example where he's making a list. I saw his tweet where he said, hey, whatever's the issue, make a list. I'm making a list. And Markman said, hey, when you get done with that list, send it to me. That's what Markman said. I saw the tweet on Kane's. He said, let's make a list to get a clear understanding of what the problem is in season 2. Once that's done, Mark said, give me the list. That's all you gotta do. See, that's working out as a team where we trying to make season 2 better. Like, that's how you supposed to help the developers. Like, hey, season 2 is fine, but it's cool, or it's in this direction but going bad. We think you guys should check these out. We have solutions. I mean, here's the problems. We figure out there may be a solution to these. You know, like, just work it out as a team. That's all you got to do. Like,
Right here, Joe.
like the one he got right now with Ghost saying.
Ghost, thank you. Ghost saying actually put with the amount of justified criticism and negativity surrounding this patch. I don't know if they'd be willing to even read this. That's crazy. So much negativity. He don't think they're gonna read this shit. You know what I'm saying? But look, he listed the individual characters, and look who commented under there. Look who commented. Look who's looking.
Michael Murray.
Like GT says, they actually want to know. Because you guys are the players. Help them. Why the hell are you just telling them to go kill themselves? Know what I'm saying? That doesn't help them at all.
Yes, and this is exactly, again, this is what they want to see. You have to understand, no one, it's foot funny as hell, but you have to understand that no game is perfect, no developer is perfect from across any game. Every game has had something that was broken before, or, you know, possibly something that had to get out of the game immediately, hotfixed, whatever you want to call it. But every community is always pointing it out, which is helping the developers, even if you don't know that you're doing that. Even if you're not getting paid for it. You want to enjoy the game. So you're trying to enjoy the game, but if there's something in the game that was unfortunately put in the game by a developer, all you gotta do is be a human and let them know, hey, this is a problem. Here's what you can do to fix it. Remove this or change this. This will probably fix the problem. And they'll listen to you. It's very simple. Like, just because they make a lot of money doesn't mean they're not human. People bringing out lists is exactly what you should do. You got a problem with Tekken 8? Go on Twitter and be useful. No offense, but go on Twitter, express your opinion if you want to, but you have to understand, approach it in a way that you as a developer would also respond to yourself. Would you consistently respond to someone who's bashing you without giving you a solution? You probably wouldn't. So you should probably approach them in the same way you want to be approached.
Be treated how you want to be treated. Give them a list
of themselves. Exactly. Kindergarten stuff.
Kindergarten stuff. Stuff your parents tell you to get out the car.
Exactly.
God
so
dang.
It's like, there shouldn't be an issue with doing that for everybody. You saying that you're going to go back to Tekken 7, all these pros talking about, yeah, I'm going to play other games and everything. Congratulations. You failed the game that you put your time and effort into.
Thank you. You failed. You failed. I'm going to go play Tag 2. I'm going to go play Tekken 7.
Exactly.
You failed. You failed.
You know what?
Hold on. That's crazy, G. Think about that. You see that Harada and Michael Murray are reading your comments. And it don't matter who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go back, that person Harada responded to only had 102 followers. Damn. So you see that, and y'all be like, oh, this is our opportunity to talk shit. What?
Yeah. They don't get it. They don't understand.
Well,
so it's like,
that's FootSlap.
But no, let me add something to it real quick, G6. Like, this is what gets me all the time. Where, okay, last year we heard or seen on Twitter that a whole bunch of people.
Hold on, Jody. Foot. I think your mic is picking up us as well.
Yeah. And plus, you're in a chipmunk voice. I can hear our voice in chipmunk.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, but what I want to say is that a lot of people, I know y'all seen this in Twitter and on Twitch, where generally the players will say, including these players, I'm not gonna say the names, but they said, "Fuck Tekken 7. I'm never going back to that game." All through last year when they had maintenance, and now this year, what are these guys playing right now? Y'all know? the players, top players, I'm not gonna say no names. We're all saying, fuck Tekken 7. I'm never going back to that. That game was blah, 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 blah.
Yes, and then went back and played Tag 2 and Tekken 6. Remember that shit?
Yeah, and even last year, they was playing Tekken 7 during maintenance days. And now they're playing Tekken 7 now. And now, look, and yeah, like, they're now playing Tekken 7. Like, aren't y'all the same dumbasses that just said F Tekken 7?
Exactly, the
Like,
same
make it make sense.
Jody, please preach. The same people that was saying fuck Tekken 7. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's the same people. What's up? Let's put
like,
what's up?
Yeah, have fun with them noises. But no, I was like, man, like, how y'all telling people to say fuck Tekken 7? But y'all playing it. That makes no sense. Like, y'all the biggest idiots in the world. Y'all contradictory. You're dumb. I've been ready to say that to y'all. Like, make it make sense.
It will only make them target you and they gonna start saying stupid shit. Like, no one's gonna be smart, Jody. No one's gonna be like, you know what? Let's band together and make this best Tekken game that we got right now. Since they're listening to us, Jody. Let's talk positive. Let's get them to do some fixes.
I don't care if the top players listen to me, cause like, I'm gonna be real. You know I'm real. I'm old school. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna be positive towards in Tekken 8. Even though Tekken 8 might not be my favorite, but I'm playing it, I support. And I'm taking lots of ass whooping. But I'm doing it and I'm supporting my community. Because I want this game to go successful. You know. I know.
Me too. But I took a lot of ass whooping for y'all yesterday. For y'all.
Right. And dog, you know it. When I streamed Tekken 7, I never took this mini loss. I will fly through rank. I mean, one time I lost my dad got correct.
Wazza bang.
Less than 2 days.
Wazza bada boom. That's right. Thank you for the array.
Less than 2 days, I went to Tekken Gods. What? Prime. I mean, not Prime, but True Tekken God. Flew through rank like it wasn't shit. Who the fuck is doing that?
That's FootSlap crazy.
FootSlap disabled the shit out of your butt, dog.
FootSlap is on that couch having a good ass time on that couch, boy. he probably all small.
Dying over there. Look at him.
He all small foot. Yo, after school with the crew, baby. Wazza bang with the wazza boom. Ain't that right? Say it, FootSlap.
Yes, sir. I'm smart.
Dude, chipmunk voice and everything. That's crazy.
It's funny as hell, yo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Follow. Adios, mio. I'm back on.
But yeah, but nah, man.
Go ahead, Joe.
It's crazy that people contradict themselves and Tekken 7. Like saying fuck Tekken 7, they run back to it. That's crazy. I don't get this scene no more, man. I don't get it.
Go ahead, FootSlap.
All right, look. My whole is to try to represent the newer players who are trying to learn the game, and I think Max was a perfect example of the player who doesn't play traditional 3D fighters, who wanted to come into Tekken and learn Tekken, and who are kind of struggling, and they was already struggling, right? So they're already trying to learn what they can sidestep, what they can and can't sidestep, and then they can't sidestep, right? So it's the situation of, are they following a trend, or is this particular content creator just speaking his experience? Because he doesn't normally play this game. You're right. He's not a tournament player, doesn't play this, but we can't dismiss him because of that off top. Number one, because he's a content creator, and number two, because he definitely has influence on opinion. Now that doesn't mean to say that legacy players' opinion doesn't matter, but we also don't want to limit these newer players who are trying to come in and learn Tekken, because we want them. We want those players to come in. We want them to stay because that's gonna help the game grow at the end of the day. And that's what the overall philosophy behind these dumbass changes, in my opinion, are. Because some of these changes, I don't feel like they were I feel like some of them showing favoritism towards certain characters. I don't know what it was. It seemed like some of them really did not test a lot of this shit. I just don't understand how Jack and Paul slipped through. Who the fuck was game tested? Maybe they was too tired. I don't know. Smoking too much, getting too much ass. I don't know. Some that's I get a little too much ass. I don't know what to do. You know, I get a little. But how the fuck did Jack and Paul slip through the way that they are in season 2? That's what I'm saying. So like, it's a lot of situations. Players who going through that, who asking themselves that same question. Who you don't want to ward them off, especially for 2 fucking weeks. Like letting a fucking random tiger or panther in the zoo go get loose and say, look, wait, give me 2 weeks to get them back. I got you.
On that topic, I came across 3 pool players in a row that were trying to abuse that bug against me. I was like, that's the end of my attacking for tonight. That's
what I'm saying. 2 weeks is too long because that's damaging. Like, in my opinion, we gonna stay here. People who play Tekken from Tekken 3, we not going nowhere. But the whole point, my whole, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I'm saying. I'm representing the people who are new to Tekken, who are trying to come in and get used to Tekken. These are the players who are being alien. It's like you're spitting in their face. Because like they was getting used to the game, they was learning, and like now it's like they gotta relearn the It's like saying, fuck this, I'm done. They just want to go back to Street Fighter, they go back to Mortal Kombat, whatever they was playing before. They're not gonna stay around for this. Okay, so that's why I say Harada, they gotta do something.
I gotta disagree. I gotta say that if you still struggling, season 2 made you less struggle. Because if you're a Kazuya player, now you can float them easier for the wall carry. If you didn't know how to do hard gen combos, you can now float them. You was a large player, you can now float them. Like I said, I'm with you on your point of view. When it comes to easier for casual Steve players, you no longer have to learn those duck counters. I used to turn on new players' thumbs up in my Metafy classes.
I'm gonna have to stop you there though, with what you said about
I no longer have to teach them that shit no more. They made the game easier, so I think it's very easy for newer players too.
It's easier for them?
There's just 4 characters I named so far, and I know how easy it is now. So, you say something is bad because your experience. You gotta really look at it. Like, when I lose for Steve, I know it's something I did wrong. You know what I'm saying? Loose, what he did today, like what you just said that was ass, he didn't think it was ass. Cause what he did was made top 8. You know what I'm saying?
Is this a cosplayer?
Yeah, cosplayer. Kazuya player.
He's probably shortening his combo.
A Kazuya player that booked the Metafy class, he didn't even know me. He just booked the Metafy class mid last year as a battle ruler, and was able to make top 8 in WPTI, and he only lost to Joe Crush and took some rounds off of Zine. That's who he lost to. A player that just picked up Tekken. Like I said, with people's opinions, I respect your opinions about, what you said, what was asked about Kazuya. I respect it, but you know what I'm saying, it's ways around it. Like, you know what I'm saying, like,
of course,
might think Lee's ass. Jody, no, he's not ass right now. Stuff like that.
Okay, but if I want to make that tailspin reliable into heat burst, I have to really, really shorten my combo and sacrifice damage.
He didn't sacrifice damage though. He was doing 80%, 80 damage, 80 damage.
What was his combo? If you don't mind me asking.
You go back and watch the vibe, but he wasn't bullshitting with Kazuya. Like I said, very viable. Like you gotta know what you're getting into. Like, negativity don't make you better.
No, I wasn't negative in that kind of aspect.
I was talking in general. So we're doing a pod right now. So we're talking in general. Being negative is not gonna make you better. like, at all,
Mm-hmm.
or the game, or the people who's around you, or whoever you are influencing, whoever your friends
Mm-hmm.
is. You gotta think about it.
Yeah.
What we doing here is positive, and a lot of people, uh, get good outcomes. You gotta think about it. Me,
Mm-hmm.
Gohan, Wasulu, we in the chat, right? We all paused around. Just went to a major tournament. We all got top 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was good results. To be fair.
you gotta
That was
look into
good.
that stuff. Like being positive is very rewarding. But go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
G, we think about it.
I mean, positivity is very, very important, especially when it comes to like accepting new changes with the new seasons. And granted, I understand everybody has, they're entitled to their own opinion. I just feel like everybody kind of went about it the wrong way, knowing that we have devs that are nice enough to have an open door policy for information. And like Shin was saying earlier, there's a lot of games who don't do that. Like there's other games to where the devs don't care what you say, they're going to give you something and then that's it. They don't care if you say something
Mm-hmm.
is broken. They don't care if it changes the meta. They don't care if it changes the way you play the game. You're going to play that game or you don't, and they don't care. These devs, maybe they're a little bit too open, if maybe that's what it is for most of you guys, because it almost seems like you're taking kindness for weakness. Like they're opening their door for you, they're letting you into their homes for all this information, and trying to give constructive criticism. Everyone's just bashing, and it's a very negative outlook on the community, and it's making one bad apple ruin the bunch, and it's making devs probably not want to do that in the future when they're trying to do their best to make everybody happy. So as long as everyone can be on the same page of understanding that they're humans, yes, they gave us a game that we all enjoy. We've made friends off of this game, probably longtime friends. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the game. So let's have a good understanding and appreciation for these devs when we're talking to them, and a lot more respect to be grown ups about this.
Most definitely.
That's all that I care about. Oh, let me add one thing too, just really quick. Again, I don't want to name drop because I'm not going to be messy, but a lot of these content creators and these professional players, please understand, y'all, they don't have your best intentions. They are speaking from their own perspective. They do not speak for you. They don't speak for everybody. If Arslan, Nee, Fear Silence, Ty, Joe Crush, Cuddle, Shadow anybody, if they say something, right, and they think the game is, too it's too aggressive or it's too this or it's too that,
Mm-hmm.
you are still entitled to your own opinion. You can
Oh, I
listen to
agree.
them if you want to, but you're
Mm-hmm.
entitled to play the game, enjoy the game how you choose to enjoy it, and make up your own opinion based off of the gameplay that you see.
Mm-hmm.
When you start taking other people's opinions and formulating it into your own, all you're doing is copying and pasting, and you're not
Yeah.
being genuine from your own perspective.
Mm.
Please keep that in mind.
Indeed, indeed. That's
That
very
was some
important
real
to know,
shit.
y'all. Like, use your own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you got your favorite streamer and stuff and all like that, and like you gotta contest some things.
Mm.
Contest, Ruby. Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
channel, but it's hard. Like for some people are built to follow.
Mm.
Go ahead. Think Foot stepped away. Go ahead, Joe. Then we're gonna end it Foot
Yeah.
slap, and then we're gonna
With
close
with
out
the
episode
positivity,
one.
yeah, man. I feels like with the positivity, like we should be better as players to give them time. Like just because of one day or less than 24 hours, you start complaining that season two is bad. Like I I get some parts of it, but when you say your character, give it time because we already had a patch already coming up at the end of April for just for Evo Japan mostly. But like just crying on social media about it without you really playing it, like we really have to test everything out. Like it's gonna take time. It's gonna take few. Unless we gonna like it or hate it. You know, around that time we got a good amount of feedback. Then we'll try to present it to the developers. But you know, some people they just did it overnight. You know, I can't make fun of the people that, you know, if they ain't got no job or their job is to play Tekken 24/7. You know, some of us we got 9 to 5s, so we can't play it constant like they do. But you know, you can still speak on your end on how I feel about season 2. It's pretty cool. I mean, like I said, I don't complain about my character. Like I've been around times where, like, this is my character. Hopefully, in the future they do this change or whatever, or you know, 3 months down the line they're gonna do this change. Because I remember when season 1, like of Tekken 7, Lee couldn't get his combos. I'm gonna be dead honest. What was it, June that year? Lee's combos were off axis. You wanna know when they fixed it? Of that year of 2017? In September, when SCR. They fixed it that weekend of SCR. Lee's combos were very stable by then. And look how many months that was, from June to September. So me playing the Evo, make 13th place on a character that wouldn't even fix properly. That tells you something right there. Like I just shut the fuck up and just did it. And then by September, Lee was a better character in my opinion. I started doing real damage with his combos. I was doing less damage at a world championship event than I did at SCR. Think about that. I was doing less damage for a combo just to stay stable. You know how crazy that is? I had to wait till September. I didn't get it within 2 weeks. September. And the game came out in June.
Jody, just real quick, I think you might want
to. Mike and camera.
You just told me. Oh, my fault. Oh, here we be back. Some nigga named Pocket. 5 years ago. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's gonna get fixed. But Jody, look in the chat. Playing the game.
I just called
5 years. He said you were still ass. I would not let. It was me.
Don't worry.
Just mad as for the
comment. I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was a question.
In the chat.
I'm sorry.
That's a real lion in the chat, boy.
And I'm still ass. That's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta uppercut him in his lip, bro.
That boy talking crazy.
All right, look. Like I said, my whole perspective is really just to really speak for the new person. My whole, because I've been playing the game since Tekken 3.
Tekken what?
Tekken 3. Just Tekken 3.
All right. You're a perfect example then.
Yeah.
You dipping down with Tekken, but you play your Street Fighter,
yeah.
You play your Gears of Gears, you play your...
That's right, yes.
The real issue with Tekken heads. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Go ahead, though, Kimpo. I ain't gonna stop.
No, you good. I'm fighting games. Like I play all types. I know the microphone, but ultimately, the season 2 for me, learning experience, so it's not bad. I was just trying to speak for the people who are at Tekken, because those are the players that I feel like a lot of people are kind of overlooking, because we all legacy players. We all been playing the game for 20 plus 30 plus years or whatever. We super niggas. So a lot of Ultra Instinct niggas. a lot of those newer players don't have because they kind of get overlooked, but they are literally who the game is around. It's designed around new players, and it's trying to bring them people in. Like, look, like perfect example, Yana Tiller. Like, I ain't trying to focus on, but it's her first Tekken. She is over here contesting with super niggas. I think Harada and them wanted newer players.
Back 3 super niggas.
Super niggas, bro. She back 3 and super niggas, and she's Sabaki and super niggas. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Harada designed this game. They designed this game around newer players being able to topple giants, and they made it that way on purpose. Like, Joe Crush came out of he went crazy tonight. He 15. He went home and he eating a good, probably a steak dinner. But the point is that somebody new could have taken him out. That's the point.
Yeah,
because they gave everybody tools.
This is Oak's first Tekken. He took out somebody.
Right. See? So perfect example.
A world
perfect example.
Player.
Hey, hold on.
Growing up, you couldn't back in the day, like, you was never gonna
you don't got to say Tekken day. Tekken 7, I give him 1,000 tries. He won't get one.
He won't get that.
I give him 1,000 tries because his name not one.
He won't get it. And it's
my bad, y'all. Let me clear it up real quick. So basically, Pockets was not talking about me. My apologies, Pockets. He was talking about Devil Oscar in the chat.
Oh, well, my fault, Pockets. My fault.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about you.
We were making sure we clear that air up, man. My bad, family. I'm like,
Jody up there looking like fucking.
I'm like Pockets. I'm like, me and Pockets cool.
Like, on that show. What that show? Snowfall. Boy, he look good.
I was like, man, me and Pockets cool. Like, what I do? I'm like, I was like, when y'all said Pockets, I'm like,
I'm crying.
Pockets had a lot of people cool. Like, dog.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna close out. Y'all say y'all little last bits. We're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna start with G and then go around.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, all in all, you're all good. All in all, I think season 2, like, what I will say in the future, and this is just if a dev comes across this video and choose to take any type of, like, maybe advice, I do think one thing that I heard that might be a good idea, I believe it was from King Ray Sr., if I'm not mistaken, that I saw. He said maybe if you want to have content creators, or maybe even choose some players to do like a beta test for the new season, especially if it's going to be like a major update for the game, that will probably help give you better feedback before you roll something out, especially with how soon that they did do it. I know it may kill a little bit of hype for some specific players, but I think that would be having this type of an outburst after the new season does drop. So that's like the one thing that I will say. But all in all, I do think that they're doing a great job overall with Tekken 8, because we know so many people because of it, brought in so many content creators, so many new friends that are enjoying the game.
Talk to them. Open the hold on, G6, open those doors. You know what I'm saying? Open those doors, man.
Open those doors to everybody. All new players, and we're glad to have everybody. So let's also keep that in mind too. This game did that. The same developers, some people are mad at, they did that. They opened up friendships. So let's give them credit where credit is due. That's all I gotta say though.
Right, it is what it is. He just said like, look, don't ask me for shit. Don't ask me for shit. He done. Like he gonna put it in the game. So we gonna have to I kind of
real. Y'all keep on.
He done like.
If y'all keep on Twitter and shit, he gonna be done for real.
For real. He's gonna be like, yo.
Wait. You see where it say Anna on the bottom right? You see where it say like Anna? It got like Anna and those little question marks right there. It gonna start right there. They're gonna start right there on Anna.
Right.
Y'all keep
Right.
on.
Yeah, for real. Don't ask me for shit. Yeah, for real. Like he gon' I think we're gonna have to just really roll with the punches. For real. Literally. Roll with the punches, y'all. Just hang in there. It's gonna change. It's gonna get better. They know about the Jack and Paul shit.
Yeah,
Just give them time. Like they know about it. So it's gonna be okay. don't abandon ship. Just hang in there.
yeah. Thank you for the gift, Joe. Go ahead, Kenfolk.
Yeah. What I want to say is, like, just keep it positive. I mean, if it sticks with it. I mean, you used to the changes, adjust. I mean, you all gonna ask questions online, how to play with lead differently. I'm still learning. Me and another OG player, Lee Van Dam, we still looking over stuff. He finding some really nice combo tech lately. Like, I'm finding shit and he's finding a lot of shit on his own. Like, we just OG players just trying to love our character no matter what happens. If he go bad tomorrow, he go bad tomorrow. You know, I don't expect a lot of money soon. Like, I'm going to a tournament for me. I'm going to find the keys to make them work. You know, I'm not going to go on social media and yell at Harada and Murray. None of that. Just keep learning the game. You know, something good come out this Mercy patch. You know, just take it, accept it. But in the meantime, learn what you can. You might find some interesting tech, or your matchups might be feeling different now with these changes. You don't know. You just got to keep playing. And like I said, just keep playing, ask questions. You know, if you feel like you need help, you know, don't bother to ask someone that's playing the game and enjoying it.
Yes, sir.
Like they're trying to grow too. Cause they could just
you got friendly discords out there, man. So, like, I know it's a lot of leaders out there. Like you said, Joe, don't be afraid to ask. It's a lot of people that you could just be around the right people. Like, if you watching someone that you know that's an elitist and you need some help, you need to look around some more.
Yeah, and I'm like probably the only main streamer lead that's going to and say positive things. Because right now, I done been to one streamer and the other streamer we not going to talk about. And he's blocked on too as well. I'm gonna help you no matter what. You see me streaming live, like, can you go a few things with me? I'm like, sure. You know, I'm not asking anything. You know, if I'm in rank glued in, just know that I might be in that little locked in mode. But if I'm in practice mode or I'm going on stuff, yo, just come through. For real, just come through.
Come through.
Like,
I'm gonna cuss you out if you're right.
I don't curse people out. I probably need to get out of rank sometimes, so I'm like in that little mood. Jody, honestly, I will listen.
I'm gonna cuss you out.
All right. Anyone in the chat that want to get a little input real quick before we close out?
No.
Stay positive, yo.
The only problem I have is with the bugs and issues. That's all I have a problem with.
That's all I got too. That's the bugs and little issues. That's it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all.
The character. If you play a character, that's just down to you to get used to your own character and learn new routes, new problems, new frames. You know, that's all down to time. But once all that's out of the way, it's just the issues and the bugs, honestly.
Yeah, it's mostly all of us really address for real. Just it's a little bit bug issues, a little bit of like I feel like inputs are dropping. Like a lot of players listed that today.
I don't know why.
Like because somebody sent me a tweet showing like, hey, you know, a lot of players been complaining about, you know, inputs been dropping where they feel like they did this input but it didn't read on. And I was like that in rank. I was like, man, why is this not coming out? I talked to myself in my head. I didn't want to say on the stream. But I was like, man, F it. I'm just going to keep trying to do it. But yeah, there's been a lot of issues with this game. And I can see, we all can see what's going on. There are some moves that shouldn't be doing this kind of priority or
can I just quickly
input issues. or
The reason why this is as well is you all remember this is the first Tekken that wasn't released in arcades as well, right?
True, yeah.
Right.
It's gonna be a lot of issues. This is still like the vanilla version
Yeah,
of
like
8.0.
this is not the DR or the BR.
BR,
Tekken
the
7 or
FR,
something. This is
you
still
know.
like the vanilla build of Tekken 8. Because
Yeah.
remember, like every Tekken was always out 2 years before we even touched it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every Tekken.
I feel like year 3 is gonna be like the
real,
BR and
yeah,
FR and all
year
that.
3 is gonna be like the complete version of the game. So as you see, we're already going to year 2. So basically, the Steve Fox that we seen season 1, we would have never touched them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all got to think of that. And what we seeing now, we still would have never touched them. Yeah, wait.
And
Till
you also notice the health bar color never changed.
yeah. So the third year of Tekken is always the idea of what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
That's
way
right.
to think of it.
Yeah.
Because when the version is complete, the health bars become blue. Right now, it's in the testing version. It's yellow.
Always. That's another good way. All right. Everyone said a piece. Everybody good?
Oh, yeah.
I think
Who is
for me,
that?
the only thing I could this is the king.
Okay.
But the only thing I can really say about this is when it comes to feedback, if y'all gonna be giving feedback, y'all gotta make sure y'all show them the problem, but try to provide a solution. Don't just do some crazy shit and just bash them, because that shit don't make sense for no developer. It does not, because I even had to witness that myself in class where somebody literally just bashed me on my game and didn't provide no solution. And I'm like, then how you expect me to fix it?
I'm gonna keep it straight too,
Cause
the king. If I'm rich, you better talk to me right.
yeah, basically,
I'm gonna keep it straight
yeah,
street.
that's
If you
also
even
a
talk to a
thing.
rich person like in any type of way, he gonna block your ass or not listen to you. You can keep it that damn simple. You can keep it that simple. The reason they blocking people now because y'all talking crazy to them. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much like that. Like, don't talk to them crazy because they can easily just block you and keep
They
it
are
moving.
blocking.
But if you gonna give them feedback, make sure you show them the problem, provide a solution. They'll try your solution out. They'll let you know, hey, we're testing your solution, see if it's gonna work, see if it's working. We're doing all the tests that we need, and then we'll get it out. If it works, if it don't, we'll try something else. It's simple as that. It ain't that hard to do that, because if it's really that hard for you, then don't say nothing to them at all. Let the other people who just show the video to somebody and let them talk to them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well said, y'all. That concludes Who Podcast is this, episode 1. Like I said, it's a positive or mixed reaction to season 2. Like I said, I like it. Bugs and fixes, only thing we really need. Other than that, man, let's just keep it cool. If you got a problem, just address it the right way. Don't address it in a attacking way. Just address it the right way. But like I said, on my end, like I said, this still the testing phase of the game. Just respect it. Just be positive, especially if you're a Tekken player. That's all I gotta say. That concludes that concludes Who Podcast is this, episode 1. Y'all take it easy. We out.